Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Let me introduce the panel first. We have Mr. Ranjan with me, sitting next to me. He represents Bata India. He represents Buckaroo, sorry. And then we have Mr. Ranjan, who is from Bata. Then we have Archit from Nimbus Post. We have Suyash from Sucimani. We have Ashish
From INCREFF.
from INCREFF. Okay, so the discussion or the agenda given to us by the organizers is fulfillment as a growth engine. As we all know, the customer behavior has changed a lot over last couple of months, uh, mostly after COVID. Earlier days, people used to see fulfillment as a cost center, but nowadays people are looking fulfillment as a growth center as well. So, so my question to Ashish would be, how do you see that technology plays a role in terms of fulfilling the millions of order getting placed on multiple e-com and the quick com platforms? And how do you ensure that the orders are getting delivered on time, speed, accuracy, and the reliability is maintained?
Thank you for asking me that question. I wish my co-founder was here because when we started 9 years back, the company started with a vision where we wanted to become quick supply for all commerce, not just e-commerce or online commerce, but for all commerce. And that is how the products that INCREFF has now have been designed. There are two parts to fulfillment that I believe are required to be optimized for all of that efficiency to happen. One is that now if you look at INCREFF's products, you'll see that we have two offerings. Whether you are buying the right kind of stuff, right, based on whatever historical sales, etc., trends that are forthcoming, and are you able to replace all of those things in time? So if you have something that's selling well, right? So Bata has a style that's running off. Are they placing that replenishment order on time so that that cycle continues to happen? Is something that we are also able to enable with our technology. Second is once you have brought it and put it in your warehouse, right? Whether you are able to fulfill accurately whatever available to promise you are doing, you are showing to marketplaces, I have 100 pieces. And is your sync back and forth happening near real time? Are you keeping buffers of inventory? All of those things become important, right? Like you just now mentioned, it's not a cost center anymore. It has become a profit center, right? And especially for e-commerce, where every shoe or every pair or every piece of inventory that you send out matters a lot, because if you send out the wrong items, if you send out incorrect sizes, there is a 30 to 35% probability that it will come back to you. That's the return rates, right? So it's very, very important that all of those things happen right, on time, and in full, right? These are some of the terminologies that happen and enable you as a brand to gather that customer trust. I was also reading a statistic before coming to this session was that 50% of all reviews, positive reviews, start with, I got it on time and the correct product. So if that is the quantum of importance that fulfillment has, I think it's also very important that you have the right technology to enable all of these things to happen seamlessly. So you look at our products, we are already doing that. And I would also like to quickly touch upon the gentleman before this, he was talking about the elastic run gentleman. So that is also something that INCREFF is now coming up with, where, like I said, we become your quick supply chain enabler for all commerce, whether your inventory is in your warehouse, whether it's in the dark stores that INCREFF will operate. We are going to ensure that all the right things happen, right time, and the customers get the best of the experience using the tech that we have for them. So yeah, I think also the part where returns is important is also something that we are doing very, very efficiently. I think the people who use our bit of tech here would be a testament to that. But yeah, I think it's very important that you have the right kind of pieces of technology which enable you to buy the right things, place them in right locations across your warehouse grade dark store network, and then the journey is entirely up to you. Uh, if you have a happy customer comes back to you again and again, right? So that's how fulfillment becomes important.
Thanks, Ashish. See, the e-com industry is going at a rapid pace. 2025, the e-com industry is 125 billion, and as per the reports, by 2030, it will grow at a CAGR of 18 to 20%, and it will reach 350 billion. So, in order to match that scale, so my next question is to Manish Bhushan, that how are you managing the speed of deliveries and how are you managing the inventories? Because especially in the footwear segment, it is not like it's like a plain vanilla stuff. Okay, you have to manage multiple sizes, multiple colors. So how are you ensuring that the customer is getting delivered the right product at the very first time? And how are you managing, because the returns is a bigger problem. Yes, as a customer, we love to buy on a platform wherein we can get a seamless return. But when we look at from an organization standpoint of view, so the higher number of returns is taking a hit on your P&L. So how are you managing those things at Buckaroo?
Yeah, thanks, Manish. So I will start with see few hours, just few hours. That's what a customer can decide whether he trusts on your brand or move to your competitor. If I told you these few hours are not decided only by the price and the product, but is decided by how strong you are in fulfillment. Now back to speed. Fulfillment today is not just another backing operation. It's a true growth engine. Why I'm saying that? Because it decide the customer repeat purchase, it decide on the customer retention, it decide on the brand profitability, and also decide how much brand can scale up. Now, speed delivery improve the customer satisfaction and the loyalty. Fast and reliable delivery directly connected to the customer buying decision. They can change their buying decision. Faster delivery, give a good, enhance the customer satisfaction, which turns customer to repeat, to back on the platform as a repeat customer. In today's competitive e-commerce landscape, approx 60% of consumer who expect same-day delivery or the next-day delivery. The best example I can give you, Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime, they offer 1 to 2 days delivery. And that's the reason Amazon Prime has built a huge empire on this concept. Now they have more than a millions loyal customers who prefer to buy on Amazon over their competitor because of the simple speed and reliable delivery. Next, speed delivery can also win competitive advantage. In today's world, if you promise the speed delivery, that is a big differentiator in a market like online, where the products are widely available. If a brand promises faster delivery, that can treat it as more reliable, more customer-centric, and also stand out in the crowded market. The companies who are working or who are investing in the fast delivery, they wins the customer loyalty, they wins the market share, and also they optimize their operational efficiency. Speed delivery also enable impulse buying and also increase customer conversion. The promise of faster delivery often build customer confidence to buy, reduce their hesitation, and also convert casual browser like me into sale. The best example I can put forward during Big Billion Day or Amazon Prime Day. People are open to click on Buy Now button because of the assurance of the 24 to 48 hour delivery. There is a statistic that says online consumer, so there are 50% of online consumer that abandon the purchase if the delivery timeline has not met. Speed delivery also help, you know, operational efficiency. Efficiency of last mile that almost carry approx 50% of the logistic cost. Also enable to reduce the, you know, warehousing stock level. Also help to reduce the holding cost. Also help to optimize the merchandise or inventory management. Then the current one is the omni-channel. Speed, faster delivery also, you know, helps to support or enable the integration of the online and offline strategy, so that the customer have choice to either buy from online or from offline. I just give you example from my previous company when we have started omni-channel. So as a result, it's not only the growth in revenue, but the most important, what we have received is the customer faith. Customer believe in our brand, customer retention, and definitely the profitability. So every second saved in delivery timeline, no, translate into more customer faith, translate into more market share, and definitely reduce the cost of operation. As far as the inventory is concerned, so see, so inventory is concerned, so for that, we need to stock the right inventory. So right inventory, I mean to say the optimized inventory. So optimized inventory, you know, always help customer to buy whenever they want to buy. It's not only give a customer confidence to your brand, but also it help to increase your revenue, and at the same time, it help to reduce the loss due to stock out. If we plan well in advance for a season, then it will also help to, you know, reduce your stock keeping, and also, you know, believe the customer faith in your brand. Inventory also optimization inventory also help e-commerce companies or business to scale up without much investing in, you know, physical warehouses. Dunjo is the best example. What Dunjo is doing, Dunjo is, you know, using their leverage their partner store as a micro warehouse and delivering on the faster without much investing on infrastructure. So this is what. So fulfillment, if done well, is not only move product, I believe. It's move profit and, you know, customer together.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Manish. So that being said, so the customer stops browsing when the product is delivered on time, and he is getting the real-time intimation from the time he placed an order. And it actually increases the revenue for the organization when he feels that the product is getting delivered on time and he is getting the reliable product. So my next question is to Ranjan. On since we Manish touched upon the Big Billion Day or the Great Indian Festival, so which is just around the corner, few weeks from now. So how are you planning the network design? How are you managing the inventory? How are you planning the sustainable part of it? Because sustainability plays an important role in today's world, whether it is your green packaging or the last mile delivery automation, or it is automation at the warehouse, or procuring, buying energy from renewable sources like solar or wind energy. So how you guys are managing all these things at Bata?
Um, Thank you for your question and welcome for that. Hello, I'm audible, right? So basically, before answering your question, I'd like to go back and saying, because subject line is fulfillment and it is related to that. As our prime, like Bata as a legacy brand, you all knows, like we used to, I'm giving you just one fact that we used to close our shop during Sunday. So that was the fact.
And Monday morning, there will be queue before opening the shop. We can't imagine today, right? So that is one sort of gap. We can say we are in market right now where we are talking about e-com, quick e-commerce and all, right? So as we are in legacy brand, yes, it has taken a lot of challenge to recover that areas. We are present in India, 2,500 our own stores with the large format, lot of complexities in product, size, design, everything, and market has changed now. So this change, what we are talking e-commerce for the any brand or any product, right? It is meaning is that you need to be faster, 15-minute delivery to maybe 2 hours delivery right now the expectation. Whether I'm ordering something for my own house, I'm expecting it will reach by me by within hour or maybe 2 hours, it is fine, or maybe the same day delivery. So how we are prepared for that, right? Back end is, as I'm supply chain guys, I knows complexity behind that. Order is something like we are in digital birds, we are taking the photo of the product, and you know nowadays in digitals we can upload in our website, and if you order and if you get the product back in your things, it feel that okay, what you order you have not got same things, right? We are getting that maybe color mismatch, or maybe you have some different in picture it looks very good, but once you ordered, it came to you, you wear, and finally you see, no, it is not like in our product. If I go past again, mostly we are selling 70% of the black and dark brown shoes, rest very rarely with the others, right? In ladies and all, we have some colors, but in men's, I'm saying black. But today's world, you know, especially I'm also wearing some other color which is not related to the forum. But it is the world. I'm saying now neon color also selling very good. So we don't predict what will sell. So coming back to our challenges, what is forecast now? Because we need to make the product first for e-com. So how to forecast? And that is the bigger problem for all this brand. Forecast always, back-end team will say forecast is not right. What you made, it is not getting sold. So normally that is the first challenge we are facing. So how to forecast accuracy will come in picture, because supply chain depend totally on that. You cannot make product like shoes and all. It is making check time is 2 months actually. How can I deliver you in 2 minutes? Not possible, right? So how it will be possible? Because if I say not possible, I will be not in market. Tomorrow you can buy some other shoes. Mostly people, before if I say 70% buying by the Bata, now maybe it is 50-50. So we are giving competition by the other brand. So coming back to now your point, how we are managing our operation. So we have back-end operation, we have used network that, our own factory, we have sourcing oriented, our tie-up partners. Within, I can say in today's forum, we have around 100 of our back-end partner who is making for us for the product, and we have our own factory who is equipped by the systems, we have automation the systems. We invest a lot of money for our factory to inbuild on that to lead time reduction. Coming back to factory is the one part. Main purpose of fulfillment is how your warehouse is equipped. Whether you are ready to service within the same day of requirement. So I'm saying yes, we are on that, and we are trying to do. As we have our network of shop within the India, and every street you might find one of others. So we have treated that as a warehouse. It is for our, we can't say dark warehouse in current scenario, we can say it is our light warehouse in sometimes. If you order right now from here through the platform, our own platform, nearby stores, if that shoes is available, we will able to deliver. So that concept, we are working with our partners. Some of the partners is on like e-coms facilities they are giving. So I'm saying that way it is there. Challenge what we are facing, returns. We know e-com, we have big return, and as a shoes because it is fitting is the problem for like you order 7 size based on your historical buy within the, maybe you have not gone for morning working and all for a month and you had good dinner and things, your size may be changed, right? So, but historical 7, we have supply you, it will not fit to you, maybe tight or loose. Both the case, it will not fit, give you comfort. So problem is size system in India, still we are following the UK size system, all of you know. So as an expert and as a industries, we are working with the CLRIs for have our Indian size systems. So give you better fit and better comfort for that. Coming back to the sustainability phase, yes, we believe on that, and because future, when we are going, we are talking about 2030, if your brand is not sustainable, I think it will be out of the market. So how it will be, where we can do sustainable. One is product, we are already doing research and all, and we already launching some of the product on that range. But more is the packaging. Can you compact your packaging? Some extent, yes, because in our product, if we more compact, maybe it will deteriorate the shape. However, we are looking before our size, if I'm saying packaging box, before we have all the size same box, right? From 5 to 12 size we have in India. Because of challenge, we know Punjab having 12 size and Northeast having average size of 4 and 5. So that complexity also we need to take care of that. So how we are thinking, so can sustainable material will be in packaging? Yes, we are already on doing and we have implement on that. Then manufacturing, whether we are following 4.0, green energy, solar in our systems, warehousing, whether we have that last mile delivery, whether we have EV on all, returns, how we are managing, whether it is compact and managing by the things. These are the areas. In short, it is long way, you know, supply chain complexity. If I talk, it will be complex to the things. However, this is the nutshells on them. Thank you.
Thanks, Ranjan. So Archit, my next question is to you. Uh, we talked about the volumes, Big Billion Day, Great India Festival. Uh, the companies are processing millions of orders every day. So how you guys are placed, how you guys are managing the inventories at your warehouses? What kind of storage systems you are having, the vertical storage, the multi-tier shelvings and all? And do you also have some kind of automation in place at your warehouses so that the order gets fulfilled in the shortest possible time? And how are you managing the compliances at your premise? Because nowadays the compliances are getting stricter and stricter every passing day. So how do you sense the demand from various brands? And what kind of preparedness you guys do for the festival season? And how do you make sure that the 100% orders are fulfilled or delivered on time, ensuring the fill rates are 99 or 100%?
Very interesting question. So it's a very challenging answer for me, and primarily because I interact or I serve sellers who may be doing, let's say, 1 lakh shipments a month or 150 shipments a month. So the answer to this question will be very different for these two kinds of sellers. So if I have a seller who is, let's say, just setting shop, you're starting up your own D2C brand. So your challenge is how do you serve a diverse geography like India from a single location? There's no way you can hold distributed inventory across 50 locations. Now the challenge is, especially in case of a festive season, what will happen is all the logistics partners across, I mean, all your courier partners, all of them will have choked capacities. Now, how do you ensure your products are being prioritized and getting delivered? So that's the challenge that I solve for them. So my job is to solve the exceptions for them. So making sure that no shipments are getting stuck. It's being marked as out for delivery at the earliest. It's being attempt is actually being made and the courier partners are trying to deliver it. So that's the kind of an offering I need for a small player. But as my sellers mature, so the offering that they need in that case is, can they start holding distributed inventory across multiple warehouses? And this also is not a simple answer. So even if you start scaling, but let's say you are in a category which has a long tail of SKUs, let's say someone in apparel. So if you have, let's say, above 100 or 1,000 SKUs, how do you hold your inventory across multiple warehouses? That's still not a simple solution. So what becomes important there is, even if I have a single warehouse, how do I manage my logistics or my like delivery in a manner it reaches the customer at the expected time? And customers also have a huge, like a scale of gray here. So there are people who are sitting in tier 1 clusters, high density clusters, who expect those goods to be delivered in a 2-hour manner, same day, next day delivery. At the same time, there's a long tier 2 or tier 3, which still expects a faster delivery, but what they want is that transparency, that commitment that yes, this is getting delivered on time. In a festive rush, you don't want your orders getting deprioritized, and then you feel if there's a Amazon or a Big Billion Day coming in, that's the only place where I can order from. Even if I order from a D2C seller of mine, even then the logistics that they get is top notch.
So as just a follow-up question to you, where Archit ends. Okay. So what do you think? The last mile riders, they are always in a rush to deliver the orders. Okay, because of quick com taking place now, the expectation is getting deliveries in less than 10 minutes. Earlier days, in the previous presentation, okay, Sandeep was mentioning about 4 or 5 days delivery, then comes next business day delivery, then Amazon Prime started that, and then same day delivery, and now the expectations is 10 minutes delivery. But I don't think that all the products need to be delivered within 10 minutes or half an hour. If you have ordered some apparel or if you are ordering some furniture, you can wait for a couple of hours or for that matter for a day. Uh, but when it comes to speedy deliveries, okay, so I've seen the riders or the last mile person making deliveries. So they are putting their life at risk. Okay, so they are delivering so fast. They are breaking all the norms, regulations. Okay, so do you think it is the right thing to do, and how we can regulate that and how we can put a control on that so that people life is not at risk?
Thanks for bringing out some of the perils of quick commerce. We have all been seeing the only good side of it. I think the intention is noble. We want to, every quick commerce platform wants to provide an unparalleled experience to the consumer, provide what you need as soon as possible, and provide the delightful experiences. Like we do in a technology world, if you want to provide a very, very efficient solution, there has to be a lot of work done in the background, and very less need to be kept at the last moment. What it means is, if you are expecting a set of orders or a surge of orders for a particular kind of products, making sure that you have the demand forecasting done rightly, those products are stocked up in the right warehouses at right point of time. Within that, I mean, micro optimization within warehouse, ensuring that your products are kept at accessible bins, accessible racks, so that the time of picking, packing is also reduced. So as you are providing maximum amount of time for your rider to spend time on the road, because that's where it is something which is out of your control. So the role of a technology platform or a backend operations is ensuring that we are building frameworks and technology platforms which allows for optimization of the inventory planning, route planning for picking, packing, etc. I think overall, coming back to the core topic of what's the role of fulfillment, I'd like to touch base on that. So far, the way e-commerce has been working, and it's evolved so much in last decade and more. There's a consumer-facing engine, there's a consumer-facing platform which enables consumers to explore products, gives very delightful experiences. And then there is a supply chain system or a fulfillment system which whose responsibility is to fulfill all the promises that your consumer facing systems are doing. And so far, it was okay that these two systems are disjoint. And let's say companies like Flipkart, Zepto, or Amazon would build its own storefront, a fancy ones, very optimal. And then you have a back-end supply chain like INCREFF and Unicommerce, which would do the job of fulfilling whatever is promised from the consumer-facing systems. So far, so good. Now this has become table stakes. What you see is what you get, and in the time that is promised to you. I think the need of the hour, these systems need to be much more sophisticated. Maybe I'll give you one example in the jewelry industry, which I'm currently trying to solve. One of the key difference in the jewelry ecosystem is, if you talk about apparels, there is one SKU ID and there is a price for that, and it stays constant. So if you order a piece of, let's say, a blazer, which particular piece is picked up? Let's say I might have, let's say, 10,000 blazers, pieces of this same SKU in my warehouse, or maybe across multiple warehouses across India. And then the supply chain systems have a flexibility of picking up optimally, which can be delivered fastest, or doing the inventory optimization. In case of jewelry, every piece has a distinct footprint. In terms of, if you're, let's say, talk about a SKU, which is a finger ring, which is 5 grams, using 5 grams gold. The nature of manufacturing is manual, so every piece is not exactly identical. So a piece could be 5 gram, another piece could be 5.1 gram, 5.2 gram. And the category being so novel, consumers would want, the trust is built only when what you see is what you get. If you see 5 gram gold ring, you have to receive what is 5 gram gold ring. But the existing supply chain systems do not, are not built considering these kind of challenges at a category level. So how do we solve this? It's not about making just a piece level or item level reservations in the supply chain system. It's also about deeply integrating the vertical ecosystem, wherein once a consumer is looking at your storefront, based on where consumer is logging in from, based on what is the nearest warehouse, based on the consumer's profile, whether somebody is price conscious or somebody who is more open to higher quality products and ready to shell out the money. The choice of item level selection need to be happening at the commerce engine level itself, at a discovery level. So that is where the truly delightful experience is delivered to consumer, where you see exactly your item or a product, the price for that item, which is going to be delivered to you at much upstream layer in the e-commerce workflow. I think more such use cases will evolve as more categories get disrupted. The need of the hour is, how do we make sure that we bring fulfillment ecosystem to the forefront, not just put it as a back office or a back-end operation which is just delivering what the promise that the front end has made, rather letting the fulfillment engine to influence how the consumer experience or a storefront experience is delivered.
Thanks. Ashish, the next question is to you. How do you think that technology plays an important role when it comes to fulfillment? We all know that technology is a multiplier. Okay, IoT usually gives you a real-time visibility, and AI gives you demand sensing. Okay, otherwise it is very difficult for the organizations to plan their inventories. Okay, so they are using a lot of AI at the back end, ensuring that the relevant SKUs are available at the respective pin codes at their FCs, DCs, or the dark stores. So, how do you think the organization? I've usually seen that the spend on the technology is very minimal when we go for a capex meetings. Okay, there is hardly a budget for IT or investment in the technology. But I believe the organization should focus more because the larger problem will get solved with the advent of IoT or AI. So what is your thought on that?
See, the way I think about it, again, two parts. Your question was also in two parts, so let me answer it that way. Demand sensing, there are two parts to it. Historically, whatever you've done, that can be captured, and then you can plan how to go about doing future buys based on whatever you did in the past, right? So you know that you have certain core categories, certain bestsellers that keep on repeating season on season. All you need to do is to be able to take all of that data and make sensible judgment out of it. That say, like I was explaining to you in the morning, this check shirt that you're wearing, it's a pink check shirt. Maybe the buyer wants to repeat it for the next season based on whatever sales have happened. They may want to change the size of the check, right? So that data can be easily taken from the past and replicated for the future, correcting it for overbuys, underbuys, and those sort of things. Then there is the part where you don't know what's coming. There are market trends, right? So something extremely new is going to come. That is something that your people on the ground, people who buy, people who do market research, they have to be sensible about, right? And they have to keep absorbing those trends from the market, and it has to be incorporated in your buys. You have to be intelligently removing what you can from your OTBs and place those buys so that you keep adding freshness also to your collection, right? So that is where technology can help you. Now, the way we've designed our technology, it consumes attributes, right? Now, attributes can repeat, and attributes can also fit into your newer styles, newer buys, newer trends. The way you want to use it is entirely up to you. We give you that intelligence, we give you that data. And then based on that, there are things that you do pre-season, then you do in-season. The assumptions may or may not work. You decided that, based on the past allocations, this is how your allocations have been done. Now, sales may not happen in the same way. So you need to keep rebalancing your inventory distribution. So all of that piece can be can be handled exceptionally by not only INCREFF, but there are others in the market as well who can do that for you, right? So that takes care of your inventory management, buying, distribution, and even markdowns, right? If you have unhealthy things available in your network, how do you go about liquidating that? Instead of waiting end of season, start doing it, say, mid of season, right? So that's one thing. The second part where everybody has talked about the technology and how it enables fulfillment is where you need to have a very good and efficient system sitting in between everywhere that you sell. So you might be selling on multiple marketplaces. What the system needs to do is make it available to everybody who wants to buy you as a brand, right? I may want to go to your Shopify or, Magento website. I may want to go to Amazon and buy it from there because I trust that more than that. So any touch point where the customer comes and sees you as a brand is where your inventory should be available, and it should be available seamlessly. So in one of the sessions I did earlier with another, global brand, the MD of that company had this point that I want my inventory to be available to every single, point wherever my customer can potentially visit. So if that is your case, then 100% of your inventory should be visible without, you having the necessity to create any kind of buffers, right? Every piece should be available to promise. That is what an efficient, OMS, WMS, etc. can do for you. It could be in your stores, it could be at your vendor, it could be in your own warehouse. So wherever it is, make it available to promise, get that out for sale. And that is how technology will essentially enable that for you and help you. I also wanted to quickly, touch upon sustainability point that sir made some time back. So see, what we've seen from our experience, most of the brands, right, if they don't do the analytics right, they end up overbuying or buying the incorrect things, right? And that essentially adds to a lot of waste, muda, as the Japanese call it, right? How do you eliminate that? You do all intelligent demand sensing, you buy things probably at the last minute, right amount, right time, right? And we did a study, we were able to increase same store sales by up to 20% with same or less inventory. What that essentially means is that if you buy one pair of denim less, you are saving 200 liters of water. And you multiplied that by whatever volume of denim you buy, right? That has a direct impact on nature. That has very serious consequences, if I have to put it. So technology will enable that part as well. Yeah.
Thanks, Ashish. So if I have to
I'd like to add one point here. See, I think the script is also kind of getting flipped here. So technology necessarily should not be looked at as a cost function. So there's a business objective that your organization is changing, and technology needs to figure out whatever respective technology can be bought in to solve that particular business objective. And necessarily, I won't ask the question, what should be my budget allocation on IoT or GenAI? What I'll ask is, if there is a business objective, let's say I want to grow my revenues, I want faster conversions, I want better conversions, I want better ROIs, I want better delivery performance. Which technology can step in and solve this for my consumers? So that's the question I see most of my sellers asking. And then my answer to that is, every bit of problem will have a different technology solution to that. So let's say if you have a problem of delivery performance, I won't say I want to implement IoT there. What I'll say is I want to figure out which particular lanes across India, which courier partner is doing better. Can I have that real-time dynamic visibility of who serves you better and simply allocate that courier to you? So that gets you your business objective of improving your delivery performance without me having to invest a lot in technology, in IoT or GenAI. So I think the moment we flip the script in terms of how is that technology helping my business objectives, that's where I see all your capex budgets, all of that getting unlocked.
Thanks, Archit. So if I have to summarize fulfillment as a growth engine, so end of the day, customer experience plays a vital role. And for that, we need to have a solid network design backed by a very good automation at the back end who gives you a real-time visibility, a good demand sensing. And when it comes to the mother hubs or the fulfillment centers, we should have vertical storage or the automation in place so that the picking and packing happens very fast, ensuring the products gets delivered in a safe way and in a sustainable way. Because if the customer experience is good at the first place, if they are getting a real-time visibility, the product is what they have ordered is getting the same product, and I'm sure that's the case of repeat buy, and that's how fulfillment plays a role as a growth engine. So with that, I'll close this panel. Thanks everyone, and thanks to the wonderful audience for being patient. Now the time is up. Still, we can take one question if anyone have for me or for the panelists.
And keep it really brief, if you can. One quick question. I think you've explained it really well, so there are no questions. Okay, let's hear it for our moderator and panel. That was an absolutely excellent session. Once again, big thank you to our moderator, Manish Kansal, and of course to all of our panelists, Manish Bhushan, Ranjan Kumar, Ashish Chaturvedi, and Archit Garg.